Hello and welcome to today's Pilates class. My name is Amy, I will be your Pilates teacher today, and today's session is a Soulful Strength inspired flow, and we're going to be moving with mindfulness, with a sense of gratitude for our bodies, and moving with self-compassion. So it's going to be a really nice flow, but as with every class, just see how we're feeling, see how our bodies are feeling today. If anything's not feeling quite right, if there's anything that feels like it might be not just challenging, but moving more into feeling a little bit painful or sharp or twinging, then just make the movement that little bit smaller. Take a breather, join back in again when you're ready. Just make sure we're moving, feeling how it best feels for you. Okay, so starting seated, and if we're comfortable with cross-legged, we can come here, or you can always bring the legs slightly further forward, just making sure that you are feeling nice and comfortable and those shoulders are really relaxed, really nice. I'm just going to bring the hands just onto our rib cage here, and we're just going to feel the rib cage expand out to the sides of the room on our inhale, and we're going to exhale out through the mouth. Really nice. And releasing, just feeling that rib cage expand. Nice job. For two more. Last one. Bringing the hands just back into a comfortable position, and we're going to take this movement where we're just going to start to move forward and then just gently circle back, scooping through the abdominals. So just seeing how this one feels. You can keep it quite small if you need to. Scooping back, mind those shoulders don't start to creep up. So inhaling for half of this circle and exhaling to complete the circle. For just two. And we've got one more in this direction. And let's come back the opposite way, just see how that feels. Keeping it small if we need to. Releasing the breath out through the mouth. And we've only got just three and two. And final one. Perfect. Okay, we're just going to come into the middle of our mat with those legs bent, and we've got the feet separated, but they're not too wide. They're just about hip distance apart. Pressing the feet down into the mat, finding that connection. Those shoulders are staying nice and relaxed, and we're going to bring the hands, we're just starting with them just underneath those knees, around the back of the thighs. So finding that lovely tall spine to begin. So try not to kind of slump into it. We're really nice and straight if we can. And just pressing those feet down. We're going to start to round now through the spine. So we're not just hinging and throwing ourselves back. We're finding this lovely curved position of the spine, gently allowing us to float back, not too far to start with. And we exhale, a little pull on the back of those thighs as we come back up nice and straight. We inhale, we start to round back. Remember, you can keep this really small. And we exhale, and we're coming back again. Really nice. Seeing how this feels, really trying to curve the spine. Exhale back. With this one, it's quite tempting to come back, and then your shoulders try and become one with your ears. We're going to stay relaxed. And exhale up. Okay, maybe we even might like to see how we feel about releasing those hands and just bringing them forwards. So inhaling, gently curving, perhaps going back a little bit further. Exhale to come all the way back. Really nice. Exhale, really trying to press those heels down, keeping it nice and slow. Maybe we're even coming all of the way, releasing those hands. You don't have to, it's just an option. Picking up the head and coming all of the way up. If that felt tricky, you're just going to stick with the half rolls. These are super good work as well. Inhaling here, really finding that lovely connection. Remember, you do you. We're just picking up the top of the spine and we're rolling all of the way back up. Just see how we find nice and tall at the top. Whichever movement feels right for us, pressing the heels down. They're going to want to fly up and off the mat. But if we can, we're going to try and cement them down, reaching those arms. Exhale to come back up. Really nice. Okay, just 2 more. However feels best for you. You can stick with the smaller ones. Exhale. Now we're going to meet halfway. So finding a position that we can roll back to and stay here. Careful you don't go back too far because we are staying here. Really nice. Can we extend one arm up? Exhale back. Inhale, reach. Exhale back. Nice job. Careful, those shoulders are staying nice and relaxed. Those heels are cemented into our mat. So we've got just 3 and 2 and 1, all of the way up. Amazing. Just opening those knees, bringing the soles of the feet together and just gently rounding over here, seeing how that feels. Taking a few breaths. Really feeling like we've woken up through the center. We're going to send the legs nice and long now. Finding that lovely tall posture, squeezing the heels together, reaching the arms forward, starting to round back. We're going to come back nice and slowly. Taking our time, keeping those heels down on the mat, nice and slowly. All of the way, beautiful, well done. Lovely big reach, grow taller here. And gently bring the arms around, slide the feet in. Okay, so we've got the knees bent, pointing up towards the ceiling. We're going to bring those arms, they can start down beside us, and then we're going to reach all of the way up and over. Nice big stretch. Perhaps the arms are coming all the way down, or maybe it's more comfortable to keep them hovered up and off the mat. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, we lift, arms come, head and shoulders are lifting. We're bringing the arms all the way up and over, and we're going to start beating those hands. Little pulses here, little ups and downs. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out through the mouth, trying just to keep the head lifted if we can. If it's a little bit too much for the head, then you can always come back down. And you can be doing these little pulses here if we need to as well. At any point, you can lower the head down. Or maybe we might be feeling ready to introduce a leg lift. We've got that leg lifted up over the top of the hip. If that feels okay, maybe we're going to find we're coming up on the other side. If that's too much, come back down. Inhale. Exhale out. We're still smiling. We're looking good. We're still beating those hands. Really strong. Exhaling out through the mouth. We've got just 2 more breaths. Exhale out. Last one. And we lower. Oh, amazing. Well done. You did it. A little tiny turn of the head in both directions, popping the feet down, reaching the arms over again. We're coming all the way back up, bring the arms with us, and this time feet are going to stay down as we start to just circle those arms. Okay, so we're going to keep the circle quite narrow. You just want to be able to see those arms out the corner of your eyes, reaching. If we need to, we can have the head down and we can be circling here as well. Okay, just make sure you're comfortable and nothing's hurting. Really nice. So we can stay here, or maybe we're ready to bring those legs into our tabletop position. If this is too much, bring them back down again. Now we can stay here, or maybe we're going to extend the legs away, draw the knees in, reach arms and legs away, coming back in. Inhale, exhale to come round. If this is too much, you can come back to one of the earlier options. Reaching, exhale round. This is tough. We're nearly there. Keep the legs quite high if we need to. You can come up and you can keep the legs here. Or maybe we're lowering. We've only got just 2. Exhale round and 1. And we come back down. Oh, amazing. Let's pop the feet down. And we're going to let the knees come over to the left, and we're going to bring the arms over to the right. Let's look towards those hands. Finding the twist. Other side. We find the twist. Really strong. Well done. Exhale out through the mouth. Last 2. And 1. Perfect. We're coming back. Okay, let's just make sure we're in the middle of our mat. We've got the knees pointed up towards the ceiling. We're going to bring the arms down beside us, and the feet, we don't want them too far away from us. The heels just about the distance of maybe a foot away. Feet are hip distance apart and the feet are parallel. We're just going to find that gorgeous imprint where we're really pressing down and that lower spine is connecting and just touching the mat. So that natural gap that appears between the lower spine and the mat, we've made it disappear. That press, that pressure, and then gently just releasing and tilting the pelvis in the opposite direction. So it's a really small movement. And we release. And we've got just 2. And on this final one, we're going to find that imprint. We're pressing down into the mat. We're going to press into the heels at the same time. Arms and shoulders are just nice and relaxed on the mat. And let's see if we can just start to pick the hips up. And we're just peeling that spine up and off the mat. And we're finding that lovely sloped position. So we're in one lovely long line from the hips, from the knees, down to the hip bones, all the way down towards the shoulders. Really nice. Press through those feet. Hold the lift here. Knees are parallel. Taking a breath. Perfect. One more inhale. And on our exhale, we're going to start to come back down, but we're going to take it really, really slow. And we're going to find the top of the spine. And then let's see if we can come into the middle of the spine. Sometimes that simple action can be so hard because our spines can tend to not be that mobile, that flowy. Let's see how we feel about getting into the middle of that spine and then finally guiding the spine down. And we've landed. Oh, really nice. Okay, so finding that imprint again, pressing into the mat, press through the heels. We start to roll back up nice and slowly, taking our time. Finding that lovely lift. Perfect. Arms are nice and relaxed, holding it here. Nice and strong through the glutes. Press through the feet. Taking our breath. Knees are nice and parallel. Try not to let them collapse open. We're holding it strong. Moving with gratitude, remember? And we come back down. Really trying to get each and every vertebrae down separately. Ooh, lovely. And we've got one more. And if we can, we're going to stay lifted. But just see how it feels for you. Finding that imprint. Rolling back up, and can we stay here? Okay, if you need to come back down at any point, please do, and you can take a breather and join back in again when you're ready. So all we're going to do is just see about lifting the left heel, and we lower. That's all we're doing. Hips are staying where they are, and it's just these heels which are alternating. A little lift and we lower. You can press into those arms to really feel that lovely connection. Perfect. Hips aren't rocking around. We want to try and stay nice and still and stable. Inhale, exhale. Really nice. Feeling like we're working super hard here. You've got it. Okay, now maybe we're staying here, or maybe we are going to reach those palms up. If that's too much, we're going to bring them down. We lift, we lower. Ooh, remember, if it's too much, you're lowering the arms back down again. Just 3, and 2, and 1. We lower the hands, and we lower the bridge. Nice and slowly, rolling down. Oh, lovely, so good. Bringing those knees in, one at a time. Really trying to lengthen the entire spine down now onto the mat. So we're just pressing down, feeling that connection. Lovely. Bringing the legs up into our tabletop position, but taking those arms just that little bit wider. So, knees are together. We're trying to we're not arching through the spine. We've got that gentle pressure down into the mat with those hip bones nice and level. And let's see about just bringing the knees over to the left as we look to the right. We're going to keep the shoulder blades pressing down onto the mat and only lower the legs as far as we can without lifting through the shoulder blades. So you might find that you're not going all the way down. That's okay. Gently lowering, shoulder blades stay down, and let's see if we can just squeeze those knees together. If this feels too much, you can pop the feet back down again, and you can just be moving those knees with the feet firmly connected down on the mat. You do you. Okay, this gorgeous twist, shoulder blades are down, seeing how it feels. Exhale out through the mouth. Really strong. We've got just 2 more. Love this one. We roll back for one final time. And gently bringing those knees in, lifting the head and the shoulders up. And we're going to just rock ourselves all the way up, nice and slowly. And we're making our way onto all 4s. So, finding our way into our mat, just make sure you've got some length of the mat behind you, just to send the legs all the way down. So, hands are going to be underneath the shoulders. We're going to be pulling in and up through the abdominals, so try not to kind of sink into it. We're finding that lovely lift, that gentle connection. So we're going to be working strong through our center. Okay, when we're confident that we're in a really nice position here, and those elbows, they're not locked out, we're going to keep them nice and soft. And we're just going to lengthen the right leg, all the way down the mat, and we're going to lift without the hips swaying over to the side. We want to stay with those hips just pointing down towards the mat. We lower back down and we slide in, nice and simple. Let's come over to the other side. We lengthen, we lift, we lower, and we slide in. So nothing else is moving. We're trying to keep nice and stable through the spine, through the arms. We're looking down. We're keeping a lovely long neck. We're finding that lift through the center. Don't worry if the legs aren't going very high. That's okay. So nice. With control and really focusing on our breathing as well. Exhale out through the mouth. Now, you can stay with these if these are feeling enough for you. Or maybe we might be ready to introduce opposite arm. We reach like one lovely long line from the fingertips right through to the toes. And we extend. Pulling in and up through the center. Let's go slowly. There's no rush with this one. If it's too much and you feel really wobbly, then you're going to stay with just the legs. That's okay. Really nice. Exhale, reach. Beautiful. We only have just 3 and 2. Try and keep the back really nice and stable. And final 1. We reach and we lower back down, just coming off those wrists, pressing back towards the heels, reaching the hands. And taking a lovely breath here. Well done. Making our way now onto our forearms. So, we're going to squeeze the palms together, just making sure those elbows are underneath those shoulders. Careful we're not sinking through the spine. We want to find that lovely lift, so we're really feeling like we're working right from our very center. Getting nice and stable here. Pressing through those forearms. It's tempting to sink. We're finding the lift, and we're going to slide the right leg down the mat. Ooh, let's find the whole mat. There we go. We're going to slide the leg down, and we're going to lift. See how that feels. And we're going to lower. Nice and simple. So just giving those wrists a little bit of a break, finding this position, seeing how we feel. Now, if this feels okay, if this feels enough, you're going to stay with these. But maybe we might like to try lifting, and then we're going to bring the leg all the way over to the left. Perhaps we're coming all the way down. Maybe we're not. See how we feel. And we lift back up through the center, and we're going to come over to the right. If this feels really tricky, you're going to stay with straight up, straight down. Okay? We lower, and we lift. Inhale, we tap. Exhale up. Careful we're not sinking through those shoulders. I can see you. Really strong. We're not changing the shape of our spine. We're moving right from the center. We've only got just 1. And all the way back up, we're going to bend that leg now. Okay, flexing the foot, leg is bent. We're going to tap the knee down now. It's a little tap. Exhale, lift. It's as if you're pressing something away as we draw that flexed foot back up. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. Really nice. We're nearly there. You're working so hard. We're not sinking into the shoulders. We're strong through the spine. And we've got 3, 2, final 1. Can we hold the lift and pulse? Little tiny movements up and down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We come down, you reach the hands forward, and we're going to walk the hands over to the left. Nice big stretch, breathe through the side of the body. And over we go. Other side, lovely big reach. And one more through the center. Stretch, and we're making our way back on to those forearms. Okay, if we're not comfortable here, we can always try pressing those palms down into the mat if that feels a little bit better, or indeed you can come back up onto all fours. Just make sure you're nice and comfortable wherever you are. Okay, so sliding that left leg now down the length of the mat, pulling in and up through the center. We're going to start with just straight up and straight down and see how that feels, and you can stay with these if you need to. You don't need to come side to side if it's too much. But if we're feeling ready, let's take it there if we can. We lift, we're going to come over to the right. Exhale, back up through the center. Inhale, we tap. Try and keep those hips nice and still, so we're not swinging the entire body around. Again, we're going slowly with control. We're not sinking through the spine or through the shoulders. If this feels too much, you can come back to straight up, straight down. Really nice. Pulling that belly button, not just in, but up as well. Last two. Really challenging those obliques. Amazing. Coming back up. We're going to bend that leg, flex that foot. It's that knee tapping down now. Exhale up, like you're pressing something away. Really nice. You're so close, don't give up. We've only got just 4 and 3. Final 2. You can keep these small if you need to. Last 1. Can we hold the lift and pulse and pulse? Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Float the leg down. Find that stretch. Well done. Nice big breath here. Exhale to release all the air out. Amazing work. And making our way back to a seated position here. Opening through the chest. Reaching those arms up. We're going to send the palms away. Exhale, we float them down. Let's slide that right palm down the length of the mat. Lovely, reach. Exhale back. Inhale, reach. Exhale back. Just bringing that left foot over the top of that right knee now. Finding a stretch here. Lovely. Really nice. Maybe even drawing that heel in a little bit closer towards us. Exhaling out. Lovely. Unhooking that foot, coming over to the other side. Oh, might feel particularly good on one side. Elbows can stay nice and soft here. Lovely. Really nice. Well done. You worked super hard today. So I hope you're feeling really proud of yourselves. Well done for getting it done, getting it in. And we're going to roll those shoulders back. Exhale out through the mouth. Really trying to just extend that out breath. Make it nice and long, emptying those lungs. Well done. One final reach, those palms are going to find each other. And on our next exhale, we float them all of the way down. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope we're finding like we're really connected to our bodies finishing that session. Thank you once again. I hope you join me back soon.